And now for something completely different. It's not actually very different, it's still Pokemon. Hey everybody, Nick from 9Card TCG, and today we're going to be looking at a deck. The thumbnail tells you what the deck is. A few people have mentioned this deck in comments and in Discord and whatever, and people seem to really like it. I don't know if this is the exact list that people are using, but it's one that I've had built for a little while now, and just kind of made a couple of adjustments here and there to fit the Brilliant Stars meta. So we'll get into that in just a second. But before we do, if you haven't, oh man, every time, every video, I do the same thing. I say the same things to start off the video, and yeah, I can never get it right. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all that kind of stuff tells YouTube this is a good channel and other people should watch it. If you're in the market for some TCG accessories, I am now affiliated with Dragon Shield, which means you can use the link in the video description to get yourself some awesome Dragon Shield matte sleeves. They're the only ones I use. You show up to regionals looking and feeling like a pro. If you do use that link, I get a kickback, which means I can make more and better videos for you guys. And finally, if you want to help the channel a little bit more directly, there is a join button to become a channel member. Yeah, you can click the button, see all the different perks that you get, but there is never any expectation for someone to become a member. Just you sitting here watching is enough for me. Now, with all that out of the way, let's pop over to PTCGO, where we can take a look at this deck list, and maybe I can learn to speak properly. I can learn to speak English at some point. So this is a Sylveon box style deck, and we have a bunch of different Pokemon and Pokemon types, and the reason for that is because Sylveon is a 310 Psychic type Pokemon. Similar to Whimsicott, they're both Psychic types, and they both have a Metal weakness, which is really nice because there's a lot of Dark types in the format and very few Metal. So this is a Psychic type that is not weak to Dark. Really, really cool. Has a retreat cost of 2, which means if we attach an Air Balloon, we'll get a free retreat. Precious Touch for 1 Psychic Energy. Attach an energy card from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, heal 120 damage from that Pokemon. I had to read what that attack did because I've never ever used it. Max Harmony for 3 colorless energies does 70 damage plus 30 more damage for each Pokemon of a different type on the bench. And why that answers the question is why we have so many different types. We have normal, dark, fighting, fire, grass, psychic, water. We have a bunch of different types, and so that we can hit for as much damage as possible with Max Harmony. We do have something like Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, mostly for the Gale Thrust attack. It's a fighting type, so we're going to be taking easy knockouts on things like Gengars, Jolteons, Arceus VStars, things like that. Gale Thrust does 30 damage for just a single fighting energy, but if this Pokemon has moved from the bench to the active during this turn, you do an additional 120. Now, it is worth noting that you have to move Urshifu VMAX from the bench to the active this turn. You cannot move Urshifu V from the bench to the active and then evolve into your VMAX. Gale Thrust will only do 30 damage, because when they say this Pokemon, they specifically mean Urshifu VMAX. So don't make that mistake. I've told you, now there's no excuse. We have Blaziken VMAX. I'm really not sure about the construction of this deck, but we're really using this on the off chance we go against a grass deck or a metal deck. We have fire type coverage, but we're really using it for Max Blaze for just 2 colorless energies. It does 130 damage. Choose up to 2 of your benched Rapid Strike Pokemon and attach an energy card from your discard pile to each of them. So this is really nice for when Rapid Strike energies or Double Turbo energies or things like that get discarded. We can just go ahead and move them from the discard to our benched Pokemon, set them up for the following turn. Leafeon Greening Cells is an ability that lets you search your deck for a grass energy and attach it to one of your Pokemon, and then your turn ends. We're not using Leafeon to attack, though we technically could with the grass energy and a double colorless energy. We hit for 90 damage, plus if we flip heads, 60 more, minus the 20 damage from double turbo energy. It's not really something that we're going to be using. Could we Could we hit for 70? And if we flip heads, we hit for 130. Take a knockout on a Pokemon V that's weak to grass, like Galarian Moltres V, Hoopa V, something like that. Yeah, we could. It's definitely an option, but probably not the attacker that we're looking to use. Crobat V, we're really just using it for its typing on the bench and also the Dark Acid ability when you play this card from your hand to the bench. Draw until you have 6 cards in your hands. Oranguru is a normal card that lets us, once during our turn, switch a card from our hand with one from the top of our deck. And then our water type is Octillery with the Rapid Strike Search. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for any Rapid Strike card you want and put it into your hand. Really good for finding evolution Pokemon. The VMAX is really good for finding something like the Rapid Strike Energy, which provides both fighting and water in any combination you want. So it gives you 2 fighting, 2 water, 1 of each, whatever you want. So it's really good energy for powering up things like Rapid Strike Urshifu, for powering up Blaziken, for powering up Sylveon, because it provides 2 energies. You can only attach it to Pokemon that have the Rapid Strike tag, so this Rapid Strike tag up here. So you cannot attach a Rapid Strike energy to Leafeon V, but that's where the double turbo energy comes in. It provides 2 colorless energies, but your attacks do 20 less damage to the opponent's active. This works for Leafeon, it works for Blaziken, it works for Sylveon. We have a bunch of options. As far as our trainers card go, we do have Pokemon Search in the form of Evolution Incense, Quick Ball, and Ultra Ball. Tower of Waters is a stadium that lets us reduce our retreat cost for Rapid Strike Pokemon by 2, so we can get easy retreat on most of our Pokemon. We have a bunch of Boss's Orders so that we can target down specifically the Pokemon that we want to attack. Because we have so many different typings, if we want to hit something that's weak to fighting, weak to psychic, weak to fire, weak to grass, we can use those Boss's Orders to attack specifically those Pokemon and choose our prizes very easily. 2 copies of Korrina's Focus, drawn until you have 6 cards in your hand. It's not the greatest draw supporter in the world, but because it is a Rapid Strike Pokemon, Rapid Strike card, we can search it with Octillery if we need to draw some cards. Marnie for a little bit of hand disruption, and then Professor's Research. We could probably edit this down. In fact, I probably will make some changes because now that I'm looking at it, not a huge fan, but 2 Air Balloon, 2 Choice Belt, 4 Rapid Strike Energy, 2 Double Turbo Energy, 2 Capture Energy, and 3 Grass Energy. It's a lot of energy. I definitely think we can probably get rid of a boss and get a Raihan in here. I think Raihan would be a really nice supporter to use. And honestly, I don't think we need do we want to keep that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, we'll keep the Lumineon. We'll have 2 different water types, but you know what? The Lumineon V, more than the Oranguru, I think is better because Luminous Sign, when we play this card from our hand to the bench, lets us search our deck for any supporter card we want, which means we can find that Raihan to attach an energy from the discard, and then we can go ahead and search our deck for any card we want. Lets us find our bosses, lets us find our research. So it's just an extra consistency card. So I think it's probably a little bit better over the Oranguru. And that's the whole deck. So again, is this the optimal Sylveon list? Probably not. Like I said, I built it a while ago and made some very minor changes, but we'll see how it does. Going into game number 1, and I am sure I played this person recently. I just played against them in a different video. We win the coin flip, and I'm sure there's someone who plays Sylveon consistently and is furious with my deck list. So let me know in the comments below what you would like to see different for your deck or for the Sylveon deck. How could I make this better? Mad Party, slightly problematic. We don't really have any single prize attackers. So what I might do, I don't want to be attacking with Urshifu because it's weak to Psychic. So we can get a Sylveon. Yeah, we'll get the Sylveon. I think is probably we can go and get a We prized, I should have looked before, we prized our Leafeon, which is a little unfortunate. But we'll get our Remoraid. We'll throw down the tower. We're going to retreat. And we will just Dream Gift for an item card, which will be an Evolution Incense, I suppose. And there we go. I have not played against Mad Party in a very, very long time. The addition of Double Turbo Energy and things like Ultra Ball to discard a ton of cards, it really did breathe a lot of life back into this deck. So, not the thing I want to see the most, because again, single prize decks can be kind of challenging. They are committing to this Sinisty pretty quickly. They have another one, so even if I do boss up this one, the Rose Tower is nice. The Crobat on the bench is really nice because we'll be able to take an easier KO on that, get 2 prizes. Just 1 Gale Thrust will be more than enough. And they are really going hard on the Sinisties. We get the Octillery, which is actually kind of nice. And let's go ahead and get a... This has 70 health. This does a base 70. We'll Rapid Strike Search for the energy. We don't need to really do too much damage. And let's Rose Tower for 1. We get a Quick Ball. That's actually pretty nice. We can go ahead and... I kind of want to take out that one Sinisty. So, but I also don't... We will Crobat first before we support her, because if I can draw into a boss, that would be pretty cool. And we do find the boss. That's great. I don't want to evolve into this VMAX, because if they discard a bunch of cards and attack, that's a little annoying. So here we go. We're just going to go ahead and Max Harmony. The reason I'm choosing that over something else is because it has the energy attached. It has an Air Balloon, and they concede very, very quickly. Very, very quickly, the rotation of the Dene GX really did hurt the deck, because they can just throw it down, discard a bunch of cards, play Research, discard even more cards, and then hit terribly hard. Let's do another game. That was pretty quick. Our opponent didn't really get to do much, unfortunately. So we'll see something else. And I feel like I recognize, and this might just be a popular coin, but I also recognize that coin. We do want to go first. We have a bunch of Pokemon we want to evolve. And this looks pretty familiar, this hand. That's kind of the thing about these box decks, is that you are just going to get random stuff, right? The Sylveon's pretty nice. We'll attach onto here. Do we have our... We prized our Leafeon again. Man, that's unfortunate. We'll attach a Choice Belt. Let's Quick Ball the Blaziken. And we'll get another Blaziken. Well, we will get a regular Blaziken, I think. And then we'll Dream Gift for... Can't Dream Gift for a Tower of Waters, but we can get an Evolution Incense. Maybe an Air Balloon might be the better. We'll go Air Balloon, because this way I can guaranteed get the retreat on this Urshifu. I can evolve, research, and then decide what I want to Octillery, use the Rapid Strike Search for. This is an Arceus, probably Arceus Inteleon deck, so they're just going to immediately keep calling. So, we'll go here. We'll attach the Air Balloon. Let's research. See, now we have the energy. Let's Rapid Strike Search. We'll get the VMAX here. We will retreat. We'll quick ball another Sylveon. Probably won't need more than that. And we'll get another Urshifu just to make things a little easier for us. In case they do want to try some nonsense. You know, they're not going to be able to attack. I mean, they could Melanie. That's actually a possibility. They can very easily Melanie double turbo energy attach. Evolve into the VMAX Starbirth for a Choice Belt. I mean, they can very easily hit for 210 this next turn. So that's why I kind of wanted to get another Urshifu in case they do somehow play a Zigzagoon or some other way of getting damage onto an Urshifu V and take the KO. I have another one ready to evolve, bring up, and hit with Gale Thrust. So we'll see what they end up doing. They probably want to go Big Charm if they can, because Big Charm will let them survive a Gale Thrust as long as I don't have a Choice Belt. And let's see if they have to Starburst to find that double turbo energy. I don't know what it is, but lately, every time I play an Arceus deck, I just cannot find a double turbo energy when I need it. Like to start turn 1, turn 2. Like I have to really dig for it. Our opponent's almost halfway through their deck. I like to think if they had one, they probably would have played it. But at least by now, maybe they're looking for a Marnie or something like that. That would not be a great thing for me. Actually, they can't Marnie because they already Melanied. So we'll see what they end up getting with this Drizzile, another level ball. If they get a Drizzile chain, I'm not a huge fan of... Oh, they go to Dunsparce. That's kind of annoying. And then they do Starbirth, likely for a double turbo energy Choice Belt, something like that. So we'll see what they... Oh, another Arceus, so they can power that up. There's the double turbo energy. Do they have the Choice Belt to go with it, or did they get the other Arceus with the Starbirth? I'll never know. But if you are Toshishu, I said that so poorly, and yeah, you get they put the Big Charm on the other one. So yeah, they if you want to tell me in the comments what you got from that Starbirth, that'd be fun. But yeah, so we might as well. What do we want to do? I think we definitely get the Urshifu VMAX. We'll get the Rapid Strike Search going. Get an energy. Can't Gale Thrust because of that Dunsparce. A little annoying. We'll put a... Kind of don't want to do anything here. I think we just max Harmony. 100, 130, 160. I could hit for 190. I don't think I really need to play the Crobat in order to make that happen. 160 is probably enough. If they can Sharon's Care, that would be kind of annoying for me. But yeah, we'll just go Max Harmony. Hit for the 190 because of the Choice Belt. There's a good chance that they just Sharon's Care that damage away. Bring up that other Arceus. That would be... Oh my god, that would be so annoying. But it's what they're going to do. That Dunsparce really makes things difficult for Rapid Strike decks in particular, because their damage output usually isn't very high, and 310 is just out of reach of of the Gale Thrust, unless I have a Choice Belt. But even with the Dunsparce in play, the most my Gale Thrust would do is 180, which is, not ideal. So they do chain. They could have saved that Inteleon for later. but they go with the Scoop Up Net and the Charon's Care. Yep. And now they will go ahead and knock out the Sylveon. So that's kind of irritating. And they'll Scoop Up Net the Inteleon so they can reuse it. This is where Marnie would be pretty nice, because their hand is enormous. And they're going to go ahead and take 3 prizes. They evolve immediately. Wow. They are really banking on the fact that I do not have a Marnie. I mean, there might be stuff they want to play, but they're really... I'm always a little weary of using my resources until I need them. And sometimes that might come back to hurt me. I don't play aggressively enough at times, I'm sure. And there are times it is in my favor to hang on to that Scoop Up Net, hang on to the Drizzile and not evolve. It gives me an extra out. So they're going to Quick Ball for something. The Mana Feast for the bench barrier. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And I'm surprised they didn't attach the double turbo energy unless they have more water energies in deck. They have 5 in play that I know of. So the 1, 2, and then 3. So, yeah, this isn't great. I don't have a way of dealing with this. I can't Rapid Flow, take the Dunsparce because of the mana fee. I can't one-shot this Arceus because of the Dunsparce. Oh man, this is... I'm just going to research. I don't want to put that Crobat down, give him an easy boss target. We'll throw the tower down. Is there anything else I really even need? I really would have liked that Marnie last turn, but or previously. And we'll just Gale Thrust for the 150. And I'm hoping they don't Charon's Care. They didn't power up that other one, but they do have the double turbo energy in their hand, I think. So they can go ahead and Charon's Care to heal the damage. And even so, I'm still going to be 10 damage shy without the Choice Belt. I'm still going to be 10 damage shy. If they do take a knockout on something, if they knock out this Octillery, I can Quick Ball for Lumineon, Raihan. Yeah, this deck is whipping me up and down at the moment. Yep. This is God, this is not fun at all. They can go Scoop Up Net again. And because of that big charm, there's nothing I can do. I'm still going to be 10 damage shy. So, couldn't knock out that Arceus before when it like at the beginning of the game when it really mattered. And now they're just going to go ahead and cycle through. Put the big charm on it. Big charm on the other one because their hand is enormous. So why would they not? How could they not? I think the Marnie might be a little late at this point. They might just go ahead and get the other Arceus VStar. Yeah, they do. Ordinary Rod. Sure, yeah, let's do it. The Marnie might be a little late for me, but... They did use their Pal Pad. Usually these decks only have 1, sometimes 2 Charon's Care. And they had used one already. They're going to bounce the Stadium with Path to the Peak. So, fun. And now they can just go ahead and power that up most of the way. I guess. We'll discard the Rapid Strike energy, because then at least I can... can at least, I don't even have another Sylveon, so that's fun. And we'll just Marnie. We might as well, right? Max Blaze will do 130. That's fine. I have nothing to really search for. I could search for a tower, but I'd rather just kind of save it until I need it. And we'll Max Blaze, put some damage on this, and we'll attach some energies. Right? I mean, there's... might as well. Kind of force them into Sharon's carrying again, otherwise they're going to get Gale Thrusted. And then just Trinity Nova. So now that's fully powered up. I'm going to save this actually. And we're just going to retreat into our other Urshifu here. Oh no, Gale Thrust is only going to do 150. They have 310. I needed to do this one. Oh, man. Alright, fine. We get the tower. But I still can't retreat. So we'll Marnie again. Maybe I shouldn't have Marnied this other time. Maybe research was the better option for... But I don't think I have another switch out. So I do think I just messed up here. But we'll just Gale Thrust. Hit the 150, not the 180 that I needed. That 30 damage would have been the difference between a KO and not. And then it would have to attack. I could attack back and kind of cycle. They only have to knock out one VMAX. So I don't think I was going to win this anyway. Especially if they do just boss. Like this Blaziken or this Urshifu or something, probably. And they're gonna Marnie too. Excellent. They were just a boss away from knocking out this Blaziken and winning, so that's good for me. We have a boss. Doesn't really help too much. And yeah, Trinity Nova. So yeah, this is no matter what happened. I think this is still just gonna be game. Because they have that other Urshifu, the other Arceus powered up. So I think even if I cycled into another one and took the KO, and I'd still be a prize short, even if I knock out this one and they have the Aqua Bullet most likely to finish off any KOs. So probably mismanaged this matchup a little bit, but Sharon's Care, the Dunsparce, that all really makes a huge difference, and it's one of the reasons that Arceus Inteleon is such a good deck. So there you have it, Sylveon VMAX box style deck. It's not my personal favorite. It has a lot of options and a lot of answers, but you do get stopped pretty hard by things. Mew can be really annoying to deal with because you don't hit Psychic for weakness, so taking out one-shots on Mew VMAX is really difficult, and they can you have to be very careful about your Urshifus. If you do start an Urshifu against Mew, you're in a lot of trouble. If you can't get the knockout on the Arceus and they have the Dunsparce and the Manaphy and all this kind of stuff, you can't start rapid forming the way you want to. You can't take the one-shots on the Arceus VStars because Dunsparce prevents fighting type weakness. There's just a lot of things that can happen, and Arceus, Inteleon, and Mew are some of the most popular decks in the game, so not being able to deal with those super adequately or strongly or aggressively enough, because you do need that turn or two to set up, does make this deck a little bit lower in terms of competitive viability and like on a tier list and everything. It's not a bad deck by any means, and again, maybe you can restructure this deck so that it does work a little bit better. It's a little more fluid, but you do lack in certain areas, like we saw, but overall it's a fun deck to play. Yeah, I think I've talked about it enough. You kind of get the idea. That's gonna do it for us today. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Found someone informative. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Check out the link in the video description for Dragon Shield. Maybe consider becoming a member if you're interested. And yeah, that's gonna do it for us today. Thanks so much, and I will see you next time.